Hello everyone and welcome to the NFL show. I'm your host Aaron. Alan and Dalton are gone this week. So we're going to start this off with the latest news flash. Tim Tebow goes to the New York Jets. Now, I have no idea if he's going to start, but I have no idea if he's going to even play well there either. I was very upset, and I think he should have stayed on the Broncos because if Peyton Manning was ever to get hurt, by the way, he did go to the Broncos. If Peyton Manning was ever to get hurt, then Tebow would have been their backup, and, he could have done really good. Okay, and so, yeah, next, Manning goes to the Broncos, a 5-year deal. So I was really I was kind of upset about that, but I knew they would probably take Tebow out because they got Manning and all that. So, and as Drew Stanton went on to the Jets, he requested a trade, and they did trade him. He's now on the Colts. Drew Stanton goes from the Lions to the Jets to the Colts. I don't know if he'll start. The Colts don't have really anybody. They got rid of all their quarterbacks, so now I think all they have is Drew Stanton because I don't think they re-signed Curtis Painter. I think they released Curtis Painter and Gary Collins and that Orlowski guy. So our next segment today is Team Spotlight. Today I'll be talking about the Carolina Panthers. So rookie Cam Newton this year, he was big. He had over 400 yards in his first 2 games in the regular season. I mean, he was really good this year. And, he has 2 good halfbacks, D'Angelo Williams and Jonathan Stewart. And he's got a good wide receiver, too, Steve Smith. And, Julius Peppers isn't on there anymore, but they would have gotten him still on defense. But, yeah, they're really good. Once you think, even though they've only won like 2 or 3 games this season, you know, it's just, I think that he did really good this year, even though, they only won 2 games. Our next segment today is Player of the Week. My Player of the Week would have to be, as I was saying, Cam Newton, because, as I said, he had over 400 yards in his first 2 regular season games, and they almost beat the Packers. They only lost by 7. I was really mad about that because I wanted to see the Packers get beat, even though they got beat by the Chiefs later on. But I think he had a really good season this year, and I just think he did a really good job this year. Okay, our 4th segment today is roster critics. There's many things you can talk about in the roster critics. Since Alex Smith has got released, do you think he will be back with the 49ers? That's one of our questions. Back with the 49ers, yes, that will happen. I think it will happen because, Alex Smith is the kind of quarterback, who can throw and he can run. So he is a good type of quarterback. It's just, he's got a good running back, Frank Gore, and he's got Ted Ginn Jr., I think. I don't know if he's signed back or anything. And he's got tight end Vernon Davis. So, yeah, I think he's good on that. And, there's lots of things you can talk about. Since newly acquired Peyton Manning to the Broncos, do you think he will do well this year as a starting quarterback for the Broncos? I say yes because, I thought like later on in life he'd go back into the Colts, be a star again, but no, they let him leave. And they traded him to the Broncos. Sorry, that's the Browns. Sorry about that. And so yeah, Peyton Manning, I think they're really good. And our last segment today is the future NFL. Wow, there's lots of running backs, receivers. Where do I think the top receiver, Justin Blackmon, and the overall wide receiver prospects would go? It's where they would need a good wide receiver, not like, no, yeah, let's go with the Colts. I think he would be a some really high picks like last year, taking Christian Ponder as the 12th overall pick. Wow. But, yeah. So that does it for our second episode of the NFL show. So come back next week for our third